Hey everybody, this is your 2020 Airdrie Real Estate Year in Review. Now before we get started, if you like the information and the content I've been putting out, if you could please scroll down, give this video a like, and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. I would really appreciate that. Helps me get these videos in front of more Airdrie homeowners and other people interested in the Airdrie real estate market. So as most things in 2020, real estate also had its ups and downs throughout the year. So I wanted to put together a quick video with a year in review to give you guys an idea of overall how the year went for Airdrie and how the year went for real estate in the city. Now in a real estate market where we've had a lot of negative news the last few years, that is definitely not the case now. First off, let's start with sales. Now with 1,407 sales, that's the best sales we've had since 2015, and that's even with our April and May having a big slump there in our sales numbers. But every other month for the rest of the year after May was better than the previous 3 years. And if we look back a little bit further, 2020 was actually our third best sales year ever in Airdrie, only next to 2014 and 2015, which I'll put up here so you can see what those numbers looked like in comparison to 2020. And if we look closer at those 2 years in comparison to 2020, especially the last half of those years in quarter 3 and quarter 4, we found that 2020's third and fourth quarters performed better than 2014 and 2015 did. Meaning that in January here, we're coming off of 6 months of all-time record sales for Airdrie, and that is a fantastic way to bring in the new year. Alright, now let's talk a little bit about inventory. And you'll see on this chart here that our inventory for 2020 has been consistently lower than the previous few years. So that is definitely a great trend to see, again, as we enter the new year. And if we use a 12-month average inventory, we actually had the lowest inventory in 2020 than we've had since 2015. And if we directly take the inventory number that we had at the end of each year to start the new year, we have the lowest inventory to start 2021 than we've seen since 2014, as you're going to see beside me here. Now for our prices for 2020. Now our prices have been going down for the last few years, but that turned a corner towards the end of this year that we'll see on this graph here. You'll see that our last peak prices were in 2014, 2015, and from then until early 2019 our prices were dropping little by little every year. Then we went for about a year remaining fairly flat in our prices, and then in mid-2020 we started to see those increases. And you'll see on here throughout the last half of 2020, prices increased enough to give us a 4.8% overall increase in prices over the previous year. So we've essentially come back up to about where we were in March 2018, about a year before prices stopped falling. Now it's definitely great to see those type of pricing trends, but you have to keep in mind that is an overall and it's not specific to each style of home. So I'm going to show you here what each style looked like in terms of price changes for the year and how they compared to each other. So you can see here that detached homes climbed the most with a year-over-year increase of 6.2%, and that stat is pulled from the end of December. Next in line was our semi-detached, so duplexes, at a 4.4% increase, and then apartments had a 2.5% increase as well. But the one standout here is the row homes or the townhomes, which still ended up with a 5.7% loss year over year. Now that's up a bit from their low point, so they are starting to climb as well, but they still do end up at the end of the year with a overall decrease year over year. 2020 started off very unknown with everything going on, but we finished the year extremely strong in the real estate market, and that looks to be carrying into 2021 already with higher than average winter sales. No one knows exactly what 2021 is going to bring in terms of the overall economy and real estate, but many experts, including myself, agree that we're likely going to see a fairly strong market continue throughout the winter and into the rest of 2021. And that's about all I have for your year in review. I hope that answered any questions that you might have about our market here in Airdrie. If you have any more, feel free to comment down below or contact me directly. Either way, I'm happy to help. And as always, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.